Let's talk about Lindsey Vonn because
Oh my God, I freaking love her.
She's the inspiration for this episode. She basically just shattered
Broke herself.
Leg.
Yeah.
This woman, she's an American alpine ski racer, and she has 82 World Cup wins, 3 Olympic medals. She's 42 years old. So anybody who thinks you have an expiration date, you don't. So she retired when she was 34 because she had chronic pain. In 2024, she came out of retirement, became the oldest downhill skiing World Cup winner at 41. Remember when Michael Jordan retired from basketball?
Yeah.
And then he's like, well, let me try to play baseball. Nobody gave him shit. Lindsey got so much shit for coming out of retirement and then for being in the Olympic Games. And then once she got hurt, people are like, oh, well, she shouldn't
No wonder.
She shouldn't have come out of retirement. Oh, she was pushing herself too much. You know, she should have just stayed in retirement or what, you know? She has no regrets. She said life's too short to not take chances on yourself. And the only failure in life is not trying.
Juxtapose with Tom Brady, who, for the love of God, I'm retiring, just kidding. I'm retiring, just kidding. I'm retiring. Well, now I'm really serious about it. And I'm going to announce it on Instagram. What the actual... I'm sure Giselle at that point was like, you know, it's been real. Bye-bye.
I'm out. Welcome to Drinks with the Girls. Conversations for women over 40 around connection, change, and the power of female friendship. Living well with stories to tell. I'm Karen, and this is Lisa.
We are moms and solopreneurs stepping into our own, diving into real conversations about things that matter to women in midlife.
We're here to spill the tea on everything that affects women in their 40s and beyond. Topics like loss and grief, changing relationships, launching kids, menopause, and reinventing ourselves in midlife. We are here to tackle it all.
Connect with us through a blend of our lived experiences, our friendship, the memory of our moms, plus a collection of real stories, honest conversations, and engaging interviews that will make women over 40 feel seen and remind them that they're not alone on this journey called life. Let's go.
Welcome back, amazing listeners, to another episode of Drinks with the Girls. I'm Karen, and Lisa's here too. And today we're going to talk about that invisible expiration date that women have to deal with. And do you know what I'm talking about? You might not even know what we're talking about, but by the end of this episode, you will know what we're talking about.
And you will find out what the Winter Olympics and the patriarchy have in common.
Yes.
Just saying.
You will. Today, I'm drinking something that I love. I am drinking the Zevia Zero Sugar Soda.
Ooh.
The new and improved sodas. And it's orange flavor. And
Yummy.
It is freaking delicious. I love it. And I just put it on ice. I was going to put an orange slice in there, but I ran out of time.
Does it taste like actual like Fanta or orange soda?
No, it does not.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
I was kind of hoping it did.
I know. I do love Fanta. No, it actually, no. It just tastes like, I don't know, like a not so fizzy orange drink, maybe. But
okay,
not,
more closer to the seltzer profile than the soda profile.
Yeah, but not that bubbly. But it's good. I like it, and it doesn't have like the little weird zero sugar aftertaste. Isn't that bad? So
I remember we were so excited when my son decided he liked Fanta because he's allergic to red dye. We're like, yes, choices. Oh no, that shit's got red dye in it.
Oh boo.
Yeah. So. He's pretty good about it now, so. Okay, I am drinking, well, this is what it looks like in the pretty little sparkly cup. And it is, I know you love your labels, so it's a Naked Swim sparkling herbal tea, glorious herbal tea. So
with the cute mermaid on the front. I love it.
I haven't tried it, so here's the big reveal. Ooh, that's kind of interesting. You might like it because I know you love iced tea. It's kind of a cross between like a lemony iced tea and like a little bit of sparkle in it. That's pretty damn good.
Oh,
8 out of 10.
I don't like my tea sweetened at all.
No, I don't either. I like it, but this is just like it tastes kind of like it has just like a little squeeze of lemon in it. It's not cloying or like nasty. So, Naked Swim, hit us up. Like that would be pretty cool. Honey, it's got a little honey in it.
Where did you find Naked Swim?
I knew you were going to ask me that. I can't remember. Yeah, there you go. How's that? I can't remember.
Perfect. Yes. No, I can relate with that 100%.
Yeah. But it'll be in the show notes. So I'll find out then.
There we
Yay.
go. So listeners, if you want to know about Naked Swim, you have to be on the Pod Squad so you can get the show notes.
Get the Naked Swim.
Right? Yes. All right. So that invisible expiration date that shows up in all of our lives as women in different areas. It like just silently runs around in the background. And I'm excited because we just ended the Winter Olympics, right? And I don't know. I watched all the women's events. I don't think I watched one men's event. The women fucking killed it in so many different ways, not just athletically, right? This invisible expiration date has plagued them literally their whole lives because they're athletes, right? And especially the women that we're going to talk about today, the women that are over 35, right?
Yep. And
what does society say? You're washed up after that.
I also want to give a shout out to the neurodivergent world as well. So there's another athlete I want to talk about. And side note, we're going to need to talk about my obsession with curling. I swear to God. So all sorts of things coming. Just the theme is Winter Olympics, people. So slide on in. See how I did that?
Good one.
I'm a professional. Sort of. Not really.
I think the fun thing about watching these winter games was that you could, and maybe if you're not looking for it, you wouldn't notice it. But because Lisa and I love to obsess on the patriarchy and how it just fucks with us all the time.
Yep.
You could watch these women competing in the Winter Olympics and watch the whole narrative about this invisible expiration date. This idea that after a certain age, we're kind of irrelevant, right? Or after becoming a mother, everything has to kind of shut down except for mothering. So these, invisible dates or timelines that society puts on us, I think the women in the Winter Games just gave a big FU.
And I gotta say, yes, mad snaps to that. But also, I feel like the women under 35 did not escape. Yeah. I mean, Jesus Christ, what's her face? Amber, help.
Glenn. Wait,
Thank
Glenn?
you.
Amber Glenn?
Amber
Yes.
Glenn,
Figure
even
skater.
hints that she's bisexual, or I can't remember if she's LGBTQ or I don't know. She came out as gender fluid, right? And people freaked the fuck out. And then, oh my God, she talked about the fact that she was on her period and how difficult it was mentally and physically for her to skate through it. And people are like, ew, gross. Grow the fuck up. Really?
I loved the memes that were coming out after they quoted her on that, though, because it's basically women do what men can do while bleeding. So...
Right? The Ginger Rogers backwards in heels shit.
Here's the fun thing, too. When we look at all these athletes that we're going to talk about today, it's not the over 35 versus the under 35 crowd. It's not we're only going to talk about women over 35, because I think the beautiful thing about getting rid of this total idea of having an expiration date as a woman, it's it puts us all in the same pool. Yeah. Right? The 22-year-olds and the 42-year-olds. Yep. And I think that's a fun thing about, watching the Olympic Games, for one.
Well, and it's interesting, female athletes are just taking a wrecking ball to the patriarchy, which I frickin' love. And my husband was like, I can't remember the year, he said, but do you realize that women's hockey was only allowed in the last, I think it was a decade and a half, I want to say. He said, can you believe that? I was like, yeah, I can believe it. Because, we don't want the women to break a nail. And, that's the other thing he pointed out to me. So you know how in hockey, it's literally people get in fist fights and they take a timeout and just watch them beat the shit out of each other. That's a thing in hockey, right? The women are not allowed to fight.
Oh my God, that's such bullshit.
I swear to God, right? And he was funny because he's like, whatever, they have to work that much harder then. So he loved it, which is one of the reasons I love my husband. And I don't even want to get into the whole commentary about the women going to the White House and all that. I just, because I'll be too pissed, honestly. I could, just saying. We can get into it because I know you're dying to by the look on your face, but.
No, I'm not dying to, because this really doesn't really have much to do with what we're talking about in terms of the expiration date. But it definitely has something to do with the fact that the patriarchy is involved. Like what you were just talking about with your conversation with Martin about the women's hockey team. It's just like, women have to work 10 times as hard. I mean, look at what the women did. Look at what the women hockey team did.
Mm-hmm.
And then all the media backlash, all the idiocy of just everything that happened in the men's locker room and with the president and all of that ridiculousness. I don't know. I'm like speechless almost.
I'm trying to remember who it was that said this. And I don't know that it was an athlete. It's really bugging me that I can't remember. I'll try to find it in the show notes. But they said, how awful is it that they did this incredible thing, right? And like, ever in the history did you have both the men and women winning the gold medals in hockey? And in history, it's going to be remembered as a footnote next to, the president's rude comment. I'm not quite sure how else you would describe it. I don't know. Just pisses me off. Like, yeah.
And how easy would it have been to just link arms with the women's team and be like, yeah, we both did this.
Yeah.
We both did this. We're going to sell it, both of it. But no, the whole thing was just
not be assholes, just like
bro
life
culture
goals.
Bullshit.
Yeah,
Ugh.
it was very much bro culture bullshit. Anyways,
let's talk about Lindsey Vonn, because
my God, I freaking love her.
She's the inspiration for this episode. Like when I thought about her, I'm like, we need to talk about this and I did not watch it in real time, her event where she basically just shattered
broke herself. Leg. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. But I mean, this woman is, she's an American alpine ski racer, right? And she has 82 World Cup wins.
Jesus God.
Right? 3 Olympic medals. And she's 42. Let's just say that. She's 42 years old. So anybody who thinks you have an expiration date, especially when it comes to sports or athletics or whatever, you don't. Okay? So she retired when she was 34 because she had chronic pain because she, had injuries and whatnot. And then in 2024, she came out of retirement, became the oldest downhill skiing World Cup winner at 41. And she said, I don't think age should define what you're capable of, right? And it reminds me of, remember when Michael Jordan retired from basketball?
Yeah.
And then he's like, well, let me try to play baseball.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? It's like nobody gave him shit for doing weird shit when he retired, right? But I feel like Lindsey got so much shit for coming out of retirement and then for being in the Olympic Games. And then once she got hurt, she clipped, I don't think they're called fences. What are they called? She clipped a gate.
Yeah.
Or something. And wiped out, unfortunately, like 13 seconds into her run. But had to be airlifted out, almost had her leg amputated. And then people are like, oh, well, she shouldn't
No wonder.
She shouldn't have come out of retirement. Oh, she was pushing herself too much. She should have just stayed in retirement or what, And it's like, she has no regrets. She said life's too short to not take chances on yourself. And the only failure in life is not trying. So even at 41, that's applicable.
Juxtapose with, if I may, Tom Brady, who, for the love of God, I'm retiring. Just kidding. I'm retiring. Just kidding. I'm retiring. Well, now I'm really serious about it. And I'm going to announce it on Instagram. What the actual... thank God. I'm sure Giselle at that point was like, it's been real. Bye-bye.
I'm out.
Yeah, I am out because you made promises to me that you broke in front of millions of TV viewers. So, yeah, I'm out, buddy. Right? But no, I will point out that no one gave that man shit for doing that. There was not one word of, well, he should have stayed retired. Ever. People were like, oh my God, he's so brave and that's so great. It's so wonderful that he still has it, blah, 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 blah. And then you look at Lindsey, and what really pissed me off, and I don't know if he said this, I can't fact check this, but the thing that I heard people quoting the most was, we interviewed her dad and we said, do you think she is going to come out of retirement again? And he said, not if I can help it. Okay, A, wow. B, do we really think he said that? On international television? I mean, this man knows his daughter very well. She's been skiing since she was a wee thing on sticks. So, I don't know. Just the whole thing was very distasteful.
Maybe he was just trying to be a protective dad.
Yeah, and that's fine too, but the way that I heard it used, and I'm using that word used deliberately in interviews, was like, well, even her father doesn't think she should have done it.
And by the way, who cares what her dad says?
Well,
sorry.
all agreed. I'm just saying it was used as a weapon. Whatever you think of the conversation, my point is that it was used as a weapon, as another tool to say, what the hell was she thinking? She never should have been out there in the first place.
Yes. And why do we care what he says? Like, he's irrelevant. In my opinion, as a fan, I'm like, well,
Yeah.
I don't really care what dad has to say. Sorry, but I don't. My name is Karen Shatafian, and I am a shameless coffee addict and empowerment coach for women, and my love language is authenticity. My mission is helping women unapologetically design a life they're in love with. Because what the hell are we waiting for? My website, KarenShatafian.com, has all my coaching packages and free offers like my midlife reclamation guide. In it, you'll find tools to help you decide how to create the most inspired and empowered version of yourself and your life. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram talking about ways women can show up for themselves after decades of showing up for everyone else. Join me as we throw off the shackles and live our best freaking lives. See the show notes for all the details. Cheers. Let's talk about the two powerhouse bobsledders.
Oh my gosh.
We're both over 40, both moms of young kids. I think Callie Humphreys, is she the one who has like an 18-month-old? I mean,
yeah, I
just
think
imagine,
she is. She's the blonde, right?
Yes. Yeah. How do you train?
Oh,
when you were postpartum, how do you train at that level? Like, I kept thinking about that.
I mean, I know how I felt as a quote unquote older pregnant mom. I mean, I was pregnant when I was, 37 and then like 41, right? I'll tell you right now, I did not feel like flying down a hill bobsled. I'm just going to say. So that was no. That would have been a hard no for me.
Yeah. Well, I love this because not only are they busting that, idea of the expiration date that we have because of our age, also when you become a mother, you're a mom now. So there's all these things that are off limits now to you because you are a mom, either physically or otherwise, right? You need to be, devoting time to your kids. You don't have time to do X, Y, or Z, or physically, you're a mom. You can't do that. I mean, honestly, childbirth, I think that makes us fucking stronger. I think it really shows us like what your body can do.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, there was some articles in the New York Times about female athletes that were, trying to figure out the games with young children and things like that. I mean, like it was not too long ago where people were like, okay, well, when you retire, you may have a child. Like Carly Lloyd, the soccer star, was pretty open about that. And she was just like, yeah, I want to have kids. So it's time to retire. Right. And then you look at someone like, what the hot is her name? Alex Morgan. And she had kids and kept going. So I think, to be honest, I feel like that was like, a decade ago? And that was kind of when women athletes started pushing the envelope and just saying, screw this. Like, I'm not, like Zara Phillips, right? The English equestrian who won the Euros and all sorts of stuff. Like, she felt like she had to retire from that before she had kids. And I can kind of understand that because, I mean, if you've ever 3-day evented like Karen and I have, like, that is some real shit. Like, it is hardcore. And for anybody that thinks you're just along for the ride and why is it a sport, I will be there with the popcorn to watch you try it. Because let me tell you, those girls and guys are strong.
People question whether 3-day eventing is a sport.
Oh, yeah. People question, right? People question as to why having equestrian disciplines in the Olympics should be a sport at all.
Oh, good gravy.
Because they're like, well, the horse is doing all of it. I'm like, you've, right? Okay, as two avid equestrians, we are here to tell you that is the biggest bunch of bullshit we have ever heard, because I'm telling you right now, you get on one of those horses, I don't care if it's a dressage arena or eventing, and you tell me that you are not sweating and like ready to collapse afterwards. It takes an insane amount of core strength, muscle strength, stamina, you name it. So just let us know, y'all, when you decide to hop on that horse and show us how it's done. And we'll be right there with the popcorn. I promise.
I started riding again.
I know. I'm so jealous.
Tony's cousin has 2 horses, and she always invites me over to come and ride with her. And I did. And it's like, I mean, I haven't ridden really like in 30 years, 40 years.
Yeah.
But yeah, my booty felt it the next day, and my thighs.
Mm-hmm.
But we digress. But you know what? The one thing I want to say is this Olympics, there were 9 mothers.
That's crazy.
From the United States. And that was up from, I think, 2 games ago, there was only 1. So, I mean, it's definitely becoming more of a thing. So there was a story that I saw with the women's hockey team where, Hillary Knight, this is her 5th Olympics. She's like the veteran, right? She's 36.
Yep.
And Kendall Coyne Schofield, I don't know how you say that. She's a mama, and she was inspired by Jenny Potter, who won silver in 2010, and she put the medal around her young son's neck. And this made such an impact on her. She's like in the back of her mind, she's realizing you can do both. Just because I want to be a mom does not mean I have to give up my athletic dreams. And here she is winning gold, and it's just, gives me goosebumps. It's like,
Yeah.
all the women that have come before, and kind of started to break down the barriers. I think we're starting to see it now. Things are starting to open up.
Yep. And also the Italian speed skater, Francesca Lollobrigida, who, trivia, is, I believe, the niece of Gina Lollobrigida, who was a famous Italian actress. And I feel like kind of Europe is a lot more laid back about like moms doing things. I mean, they certainly support like maternity leave and such like much more than we do over here. But she is a 3-year-old, like on her 35th birthday, she won the 3,000 and she set a new Olympic record. So hello, I mean, again, like it's a lot, it's a lot to be a mom as it is physically on your body. So I am like mad impressed with all these women that are doing it. Cause like I said, athletics was the thing furthest from my mind when I was an old woman pregnant person, let me tell you.
Did you see the interview that she did after she won? She's literally bouncing her little toddler, like she's holding him, and he's like, grabbing the mic. He's like, he just wants her attention, and kind of pulling on her, and she's just not skipping a beat.
Yep.
She's like pulling his hands off. She's dealing with him and just keeping the interview.
Yep. I remember that. Like, I know.
That's mom shit right there.
That should be an Olympic sport, actually.
Totally.
I will say one of the women that I was not impressed with at all was the new IOC head, who made some crap calls, I thought. I thought when, and two, there's always controversies. One was an athlete from Ukraine that wore the pictures of his friends who had been killed in the war on his helmet.
Oh, right.
And she ejected him for making a political statement. Come on. Okay. Like, really? Right? And I just feel like that's kind of hypocritical. Like, they're not allowing the Russian athletes to compete under their flag, which I totally support, by the way. But that's a political statement? Come on. And then the other one I thought she really did a crap job of was the ice skating controversy for ice dance, where, once again, a French judge, same nationality as the one that cheated before, cheated. It was like the worst kept secret ever. I mean, it was obvious that that's what happened, and she did nothing about it.
See, I don't know about this story.
So basically, it was, I forget their name. It's Madison Chalk and Evan Bates, right? And they were ice dancers, and this was their Olympics. Like, they were going to do it. And it was neck and neck with a French couple. There was all this like drama with the French couple because the partnership was new. And right before the Olympics, it came out because his former partner either published a book or did an interview or something like that, where she basically accused him of like sexually harassing her. And so, yeah. And so that was kind of like in the air. And so they were very tight with Chalk and Bates, and they went on to win by something insane, like 0.004 of a point. Like, it was razor thin. And again, without like hijacking all this, basically what I'm referring to is this scandal in Salt Lake City where the French judge basically traded favors with another judge so that her athletes could get gold. And in that one, they basically solved it by bringing up the couple that won silver from the U.S. and giving them dual team medals. And it totally changed the way they judged figure skating. Remember in the old days when it was like 6, right? And the judges just like would hold up stuff.
Yeah.
So they changed it to this new system. And I don't know if anybody watched figure skating, but on the screen on the left-hand side, you know, Tara Lipinski and Johnny Weir, who are like my favorite people ever, they would comment on it. So on the technical, what do I want to say? The technical moves or skills or whatever you want to call it, like there was a specific thing that they were graded on. They were kind of explaining, and then the artistic piece came in. And that's what knocked them out. And that's the subjective part. And so it was pretty obvious, like when they looked at her scores, the French judges' scores compared to the other judges' scores, that hers were way, way out of line from the other judges, particularly for this French pair. And so people were like, right? And Madison Chalk was asked about it, and I thought it was pretty cool. She said, you know, I'm not going to comment on, you know, whether we should have won. Like, we did our best, and we know how well we did. She said, but the figure skating association and the Olympic Committee have got to realize that if this is to grow at a sport, people have to be able to know that things are being judged fairly and there's not this favoritism. And it was basically like, have we learned nothing from last time? So my point in this ramble is that was under this new IOC president's watch. So like I said, I don't know that she really covered herself in glory. But again, I think it has nothing to do with her gender whatsoever.
Yeah.
Like, I think she did a shit job. I would have said a man did a shit job.
Hey there, I'm Lisa Coricella McDowell, your midlife Pacific Northwest princess, here to guide you in the art of next leveling your life. I'm passionate about women's health and wellness in midlife, especially for moms parenting kids with unique needs like I do. I truly believe we can learn, grow, advocate, and care for the planet while taking care of ourselves and our families. And I'd love to help you do the same. And I'm beyond excited to tell you about my membership for maxed out mamas just like me, the Empowered Parent Collective. It's a space for parents to confidently advocate for their kids, build inclusive communities, educate themselves, and find balance and support along the way. To find out more about the Empowered Parent Collective, my classes, wellness offerings, parenting tips, advocacy resources, and exclusive Drinks with the Girls goodies, head to nextlevellifewithlisa.com. Let's survive and thrive in the messy middle together.
Let's talk a little more. I know we talked about her in the very beginning, but Alyssa Liu.
Oh, I love her.
Your girl, your figure skater. I didn't know anything about her. Just her personality. Well, and I remember when I first saw her was when her hair was down, and I saw, you know, she's the one that had the blonde and the brown, you know, kind of like
stripes. Yep.
And I was like, whoa, okay,
yeah,
we're making a statement. I like this. And then, of course, I learned more about her story as the games went on and as she skated and all of that. But the beautiful part to me was, or one of the beautiful things about her is that she basically said, so, you know, she had these crazy accolades and awards when she was younger, like 13, right? Youngest U.S. champion or something like that. And then she retired at 16 because she was burnt the fuck out, right? So then she goes and lives her life. I think she goes to college, you know, and then decides to come back. And so it's almost like she had nothing to lose. She's like, I'm going to go to these games and have fun. And I love the commentary that it brings up about burnout, about mental health, which we saw in the summer games.
Simone Biles.
What year it was with
Tokyo.
Simone Biles. Exactly. And so I just think it is so important that these athletes are talking about that. I mean, shocker that it's the women, but you know, that it's okay to take care of yourself.
Yep.
It's okay to know when you are maxed out and you just can't do it anymore. She's authentically, like unapologetically authentic, which I love. And you know, and she won. So that was cool.
I have so much to say about this. So
Say
number one, like she has my daughter's hairstyle. So Giovanna was like, this is pretty cool, right? She has a piercing, for the love of God, like right in front there. Like talk about like breaking the mold and not looking the part. Like I'm so there for that, right? So they interviewed her coach and he talked about why she came out of retirement. And he goes, yeah, she came to me one day and she's like, yeah, I want to come back in. He goes, I did literally everything in my power to dissuade her from this. He's like, I thought it was a bad idea. And he's like, if you know anything about Alyssa, she basically like flipped me the middle finger and said, are you in or are you out? So he's like, all right, I guess I'm in, right? And if you have not seen her gold medal winning performance of her long program, you need to stop what you were doing. Don't drive while you do this and take a look at that performance on YouTube because, and everybody said it, I mean, you're going to notice it right away. The expression of sheer joy and happiness that was on that girl's face when she was skating is it's like nothing you have ever seen. I mean, she truly, and the commentator, Tarla Pinsky and Johnny Weir talked about it, like, it was just the most pure expression of just being so happy and free out there. And she said, I'm just going to go out there and skate for me. And it showed because they were saying she was really loose and she just hit everything the way she wanted to and did really, really well. She's also neurodivergent, which I freaking love. And she's very proud of that. She's got ADHD. So, of course, that has a special place in my heart. But again, with the criticisms, like, really, you can't just, what is it? Because she's like different. And so everybody's got to just like dig out the knives. So this whole, I don't even want to call it a controversy because I just think it's so friggin' ludicrous. I don't even want to like give it that label. But basically, her father was a Chinese citizen and he immigrated to the U.S. legally. And he decided he wanted to have kids and he didn't have a partner at the time. So he had his family through surrogacy. And people, when they found out about that, they were like, this is eugenics. And like, of course she won. Her father was basically self-selecting for this. Like, how would a normal person have done? It's like, are you for real right now? Are you seriously?
That's a stretch.
Right? Seriously diminishing her accomplishment because her father used a surrogate? Like, what the actual fuck is wrong with you? Like, really?
No. People do not like women who show up in all of their authenticity, which is what she did. And by the way, she gave a big middle finger to the whole system within figure skating. Because she made a comment. She's like, nobody's going to tell me what to eat. Nobody's going to tell me what kind of little outfit or dress. Nobody's going to tell me how to wear my hair.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And so that makes people very uncomfortable, especially when young women come out and do that.
In figure skating, which is like basically the closest thing to like ballet in the dance world that you can have. So
exactly. Yeah. And I love how when she came off the ice, she said, that's what I'm fucking talking about. And I know she got heat for that too, but it's like, God, she just showed up in just the most raw and real form. It was, I love it. I mean, to see young women.
Mm-hmm. And again, right? Nobody's making a comment about the hockey players swinging their fist at each other. I'm sure they weren't cursing or uttering like foul language or anything. People are like, whatever, bring it on. Let's get the organ out and play. Like, come on. It's just because she's not this perfect little princess and everybody's freaking out about it. Like, there was this whole thing about like, some ridiculous shit about how, China wanted her to compete for them and she said no. Oh, and, we question her loyalty. Like, again, are you for real right now with this? It buggers belief. I can't. I don't have any words to express the stupidity of this.
That reminds me, it's similar. I mean, I think just in the fact that she's also Chinese American, but Eileen Gu.
Yes, I loved her.
Freestyle skier. Did you see that interview where she just shut down that?
Talk about the middle finger. Now, I want you to tell the story, though, because I kind of saw it in bits and pieces. And I mean, I was all in when I heard her say, that's funny. And like, start to go after this reporter. I was like, I don't care what she said. Like, bring it on. But I would love to know like the full story.
So she is the most decorated freestyle skier in Olympic history. And I don't know when this was in the Olympics. I don't think she had won her gold yet because she did defend her half-pipe gold. And she had won silver in an event. And sorry, I don't have my details, but the reporter's interviewing her and he says, do you see this as a silver medal won or a gold medal lost.
Jesus Christ.
And she starts laughing. And she says, I am the most decorated man or woman freestyle skier in Olympic history. She says, I don't think you understand what it takes to win an Olympic medal. And she says, every time I do it, it's hard. And then for me to be able to do it again, which you all expect me to do, she says it's even harder. She says, so, she's basically saying, shut the fuck up, idiot.
Yeah, it's like I said before, you get on the damn horse and see how that goes for you.
Exactly.
Like, really?
And she's an incredible, she's 22. She's a model. Not only is she an Olympic athlete, she's a model, and she is, I think, where is she? I think she's at Stanford. Oh my God.
Yeah, I think she's at Stanford. But the other thing that they were going off about, which just burned my biscuits, was well, why would you choose to represent China? Like, they're trying to, I don't know, pull some, next level McCarthy shit about communism or something. It's like, dude, what?
She's Chinese.
What is your problem? We co-op people
Chinese.
all the time. Just, again, some of the shit, I'm just like, these people have way too much time on their hands. What is wrong with you? She can compete at whatever country she chooses, people. What? So she almost won she almost won the gold, but it's oh, well, something's wrong with her because she didn't compete for the US. What? I can't.
She did compete for the US this year.
No, she was Chinese. She competed for China. I could be wrong. We can Google it. Yeah. Hang on.
She's American.
Please hold. She's American. I'm almost positive she competed for China, though. Hang on.
I think she did at one point. I think she did, just like, who was our bobsledder?
Okay, please hold. China. Yep.
What?
Yeah. Multiple Olympic gold medals for China.
But this 2026?
It says she's a top-level freestyle skier who's competed for China since 2019.
My head is exploding right now.
Eileen Gu represents China because she chose to affirm her Chinese heritage, seeking to connect with her mother's culture, grow the sport in China, and while also benefiting from significant endorsement deals available there, despite being born and raised in the U.S. and having previously competed for Team USA. So she did before 2019. And then in 2019, she started competing for China.
Okay. I thought it was the opposite. I know she models for Chinese companies. Okay. What? I'm speechless on that one.
But it's still, right? It's oh, well, you're less than because you're competing for China now. If you're competing for America, sorry.
Yeah.
I don't like to get political.
She's Chinese, so that it tracks. But so let's talk about that. I don't know how many Olympic athletes we have listening, but let's talk about how this, invisible, oh my God.
Yes,
expiration date affects us real mortal people, not the Olympic athletes. Where does it show up in our lives? We talked about motherhood for sure. It's you have a baby, especially if you're a working mother. People are questioning you.
Yeah.
What else?
Okay. So Nick Baumgartner, he is 42, 44, right? And he competed in the snowboard racing thing, right? So they all take off and it's in heats and it's 4 of them and they're going over jumps and and they basically race each other. 40 freaking 4. And people are like, shouldn't you retire? And he's like, no. He's like, I'm having fun. This is the most fun I've had in forever. And he's like, they're like, well, you didn't medal, sir. And he's like, whatever. He's, do you know how fun this is? He's literally like, I'm just happy I can get up there with these young guys and stay in the mix. It's like, it was great. And they're like, well, surely this is your last Olympics. He's like, nope. He's just
not?
He's like,
you can make it.
Exactly. He's like, why not? He goes, obviously I have to make sure my sponsorship and my training and all that is lined up. But yeah, I'm down for it. It was so refreshing. And he wasn't just like, yeah, I'm better than any of these young bucks. He was just like, I had a blast.
Fun.
Yeah, he was there for the party, 100%. And so again, let's contrast that with Lindsey Vonn, where it's like, you should have never done it in the first place. Everybody was like, this guy just threw a party and invited us all here. Hold my beer. I'm going down the mountain, right?
Well, and it's nice to know also that men get questioned equally, like men in their 40s. Like, what are you doing, dude? Why aren't you retiring? So maybe.
But you know what, though? It was very, like joshing him, like, oh, you crazy guy. You know what I mean? Like, you're so fun.
Yeah.
And all these people are like, oh, it doesn't surprise me. He's such a great guy and blah, blah, blah. Like, he could have easily ate shit on that mountain. Like, some of those jumps that those guys do are
Oh my
like
God.
hells no. Like, my skiing days, I didn't have very many skiing days, but my skiing days are over. Like, ain't no way you're getting this body on a pair of skis. There's too many
No, when
things
they
that could.
fly through the air, I don't know
Oh
what's
my
that called,
God.
and they're basically parallel with their skis.
Oh, the
and
ski
then-
jumping.
Ski jumping. Oh my God. Yeah. The Winter Olympics are gnarly.
Oh, it's hardcore. It is hardcore. It's like,
Gnarly.
let's think of something involving ice or snow where we could throw people off a mountain and
Right.
grade them on their performance. Oh, let's make
Or
them
where-
flip through the air.
Or wear razor blades on your feet.
Or the one with the luge. Oh, no. It's not even the luge. It's the skeleton. Okay, they're
Oh.
literally sliding down a mountain basically on their face. Like, face first. And if you've seen those sleds, they're like, it's like the soapbox derby, right? There's not much left between your face and everything else. It's like, you've got to be next friggin' level crazy. You're basically skiing your face down a mountain.
It's wild.
Yeah,
It is wild.
hails to the no. Yeah, no, I agree with you. Like, I'm trying to think of stuff that's actually dangerous in the Summer Olympics. I mean, I'd put equestrian up there. I'm just trying to think of anything else that would compare in terms of like the level of danger involved in the Summer Olympics. And I don't know. I'm having a hard time thinking. Like, yeah, it can be dangerous to compete in a marathon and like overextend yourself. But these guys and gals, like, you got to have like a bit of a screw loose to fling yourself off a mountain and flip in the air.
Okay, quick pause. Have we talked about the Pod Squad lately?
Oh, the Pod Squad. You mean our email list /VIP lounge /digital wine club?
Exactly. So listeners, if you're not on it yet, you're basically making life harder for yourself when it comes to podcasts.
Like trying to scroll for show notes while speed walking on a treadmill. Wait, what was that link again? Oh, no. Grab the side rails.
Or pulling up that book we mentioned while you're in the Starbucks line and then realizing everybody else moved up 3 cars and now you're that woman.
We've all been there. That's why we made the Pod Squad. You'll get new episode alerts every week with direct links. Easy to listen, easy to share.
And show notes straight to your inbox. So when we drop a life-changing product, book, hot tip, or yummy new drink, you're not rummaging through your memory like a woman searching for her reading glasses when they're on top of her head.
It's organized, it's helpful, it's for you, babes.
So join the Pod Squad. The link is in the show notes. Just tap it.
Snacks, sarcasm, solidarity.
And obviously, fighting the patriarchy.
We write at dawn.
How else does the programming show up? The programming that we're like thinking that, we're all washed up by 30. Oh, I know, Hollywood for women.
Oh, that.
Oh, that.
That tiny little thing.
Hollywood. And I think, it's gotten better in the past few years. But yeah, it's like the roles dry up for women once they hit a certain age. And I love that there's certain actresses that call it out and that talk about it.
Yep. But it's really interesting because politics has definitely played a part in that right now. Like, Susan Sarandon has publicly announced that she's very vocal about her support for Palestine. And she's literally come out and said, I can't get roles anymore. People won't touch me because I'm an older woman who has political issues with that. So, I don't know that I could level the same kind of criticism and say, oh, that wouldn't happen for a man. I don't know, to be honest, but it doesn't help that there aren't a lot of great parts out there for older women.
Yeah, true. Also, the workplace. I think women who are in corporate America, have a harder time as they age, unfortunately.
Yep.
Getting jobs or, what about the, you're too qualified. Or they don't want to pay maybe a man or a woman. They don't, just the ageism. They don't want to pay for the experience. They'd rather bring in somebody younger who they don't have to pay as much.
My favorite story about that of all time. It's delicious. I just love it. So back when I was trying to break into ed tech, I had been contacting some recruiters and trying to do informational interviews. This is back when I was a teacher. And I reached out to like the head guy at one of the headhunting agencies that focused on ed tech. And I sent him my resume and this and that. And he was literally like, so I followed up and he's like, I'm sorry, we can't place you. What did he say? Your experience isn't fresh enough or something like that. He was basically like, you're too fucking old, right? Okay. Best thing ever. 2 years ago, he reaches out to me by email and was like, I have a position for you to consider. And then sends one of his minions after me. And I was like, the guy called me. He's like, would you take my call? And I'm like, I didn't want the job, but I was like, oh, I will take this call. And I got on and I like let him like do the whole thing and pitch me and blah, 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 blah. I get to the end. He's like, so what do you think? I said, well, what I think is that your boss can suck it because he tried to, he would not look at me twice for a job like this a few years back because he said I was too old. So thanks, but no thanks. And wave hello to your boss for me. Bye.
Nice.
Best thing ever.
So listeners, I think Lisa and I want you to walk away from this episode recognizing where this programming shows up for us as women, this idea that we're too old, it's too late, right? We've missed the boat. Somehow because of our age, whether we're in our 40s or 50s or 60s, that, we're expired. And that's just a load of bullshit. So I want you to look at where in your life are you letting the idea of this invisible expiration date keep you small or keep you from your dreams. Maybe you want to start a business. Maybe you're 52 and you want to start a business. Or maybe, you want to fucking go skydiving. I don't know. But you're in your mind, the first thing, if you tell yourself, oh, I'm too old.
Yep.
Catch yourself. Yep. What do you think, Lisa? What do you want people to walk away with?
I think the other angle to that I'll add is like, I think one of the things that I took away from this Olympics in particular from the women is like, the world does not want you to be human. It's not going to celebrate the fact that you're a mother or you quit skating and then you decided to come back and, oh my God, you have a nose ring and your hair doesn't look like everybody else's. Like, people are not going to give them attagirls for that. Like, on the contrary, they really will dive in and try to other anybody, not just women, that kind of, quote, stick out. And what I loved about this Olympics, I feel like this was really the first time that female athletes at the Olympics as a whole, really, they weren't even trying to make a statement, right? It wasn't like they all like emailed each other before. It was like, hey, let's make a statement at these Olympics. Like, no, they were just doing their thing and living their truth. And it was like, like Eileen Gu, like laughing at this reporter, like, really? You're going to come at me with this bullshit? Like, wow. Okay. And just were very comfortable in their own skin, from Alyssa coming off the ice and saying, that's what I'm fucking talking about. Like, you name it. What comes to my mind is and I can't remember her name, Callie, maybe the bobsledder, who's like a freaking, yes. She's a freaking Amazon. She is ripped. She has tattoos all of her body. I mean, she is a scary chick. Like, she could break me like a pencil, man. And she's got this little baby toddler and she is like doing the thing. And it's like, yes, queen, go. So I just really found it so exciting and refreshing that people were living in their truth. From that to like Lindsey Vonn being like, what is everybody's problem? Like, nobody threw me off the mountain, like, protesting. I did exactly what I wanted to do. And yeah, it didn't work out, but I would do it all again. Like, she was genuinely baffled about all the shit that everybody was giving her. It was just like, why wouldn't I have done it?
It reminds me of our patriarchy episode.
Oh, totally. This is like the other half of the coin.
The box that we talked about that's what the patriarchy does. It keeps women in these boxes, and men too. But, we're talking about women at the Olympics. And so it's like, all these people that we've talked about today are busting out of that box. And they're like, nope, your stupid social norms are not keeping me small. They are not making me believe that just because I'm a mother or I'm a certain age or I'm a certain weight or whatever. But it's like all these women are giving an FU to the patriarchy and the systems that try to keep us believing the bullshit. And so we want you to walk away with that, listeners. Do not believe the bullshit.
I like that. And just really anything that is considered quote unquote non-normative. Like, I don't know if you saw this meme. So Tara Lipinski and Johnny Weir are this team that has like fallen down from heaven to come in and they do all sorts of stuff. Like they did Traders with Alan Cumming. They do stuff out of skating because they're just such great friends and their chemistry is really cool. So there's this meme of them and they're screwing around and the whatever it is, the on-screen captions say, we became friends because we were burned at the stake as witches in 1600 and vowed to come back and take revenge on everybody. Nice. And it's just like, oh my God, that's the best. Because Johnny Weir, like, he does not care what anybody thinks of him. Like, some of the outfits and stuff that he wears, they are and he always has done that on the ice. And I just love that in general, celebrating whatever makes you unique is becoming a thing that's just absolutely freaking fine to do on the world stage. And I think that's kind of what I took from this is it's like, like I said, it wasn't like they all got together and said, let's make t-shirts and we'll show up and just be like, fuck the patriarchy. Like, that's not what was happening. People were just showing up in their own truth, in their own space and doing what they love to do. Just because they did it. And all this other garbage that came out was just a sideshow that they were like, whatever, next.
And I think, you're going to see that also, like if you do it on the Olympic stage or in your neighborhood, there is the possibility for pushback. Like we saw some pushback with some of these athletes, right? But I think it's just so great that on this level, at this level, like you said, on this world stage in front of everybody, that they are able to just be themselves. Mm-hmm. And that just gives me so much hope.
Yeah, totally.
For the future, for our kids, for your kids, because your kids are younger than mine. I mean, it's just, I think we're headed in the right direction.
Yeah, and I'll just say one more thing about the figure skating because it just occurred to me and I should have mentioned it earlier. But the other thing that they were really noting is what great sportsmanship Alyssa Liu and Amber, why the heck can I remember her last name? Amber
Glenn.
Thank you, that were showing, right? Because Amber Glenn, long story short, did not do as well as she wanted to. And it was her fault. Like she made some mistakes. But she was right there congratulating Alyssa Liu. And you could just see her say, I am so proud of you. And when the Japanese figure skater got the silver and was visibly emotional about it, all these reporters just like surrounded her like she was a piece of cheap meat. And Amber got in their faces and was like, you need to back off. And literally physically like got in front of her so she could just do her thing without having a bunch of cameras in her face, right? Same thing, Alyssa Liu congratulating the bronze medalist, who I believe was also from Japan, when she got bronze. And the first thing she did after she won the gold medal, none of this I'm going to Disneyland bullshit. She walked over to the bronze medalist and picked her up in this huge bear hug and just said, congratulations, you are freaking amazing. And I just thought, hell yeah, I'm so here for this.
We love girls, that's for sure.
Anywho,
well, thank you, listeners, for joining us today.
We hope you ski down a mountain, go to a skating rink and fall on your ass. Find something with snow, even if it's like your margarita glass. No, I'm kidding.
There's ice in there.
Yeah, sort of, somehow. We'd love to hear how you feel about this, because clearly we have feelings. So go to drinkswiththegirlspodcast.com. Join the Pod Squad. Tell us how you feel. I would love to actually get some feedback and see what people thought about all of this. Maybe you have some things to say about my admission that I love curling. Who knew? And I would like to dedicate this episode's cheers to the amazing female athletes of the Winter Olympics. So I will just say cheers.
I love that. Cheers.